Dan Radio Style, it's Taylor Swift doing Reach Your Dreams. Not a bad song, actually. I think she did it rather young because I couldn't find a really good version of it. Frankly, I had to actually edit a small part of it to make it. If you listen really carefully, you'll probably hear something that's like kind of like a scream in there. It's weird. I think she does it to mess it up. Whatever. Not important. Hey, well, actually, this does kind of tie in. I'm talking about beliefs, right? And here I am believing that Taylor Swift has it out for me. But no, the all reality of it. Beliefs really do, period, just govern our existence. And I know it's real easy to just kind of throw that concept around, but it's actually really when we grab it within ourselves, when we catch ourselves using beliefs, because we do it so subconsciously frequently. A great example that I think many people have probably experienced is when they say something along the lines like that light is always red. Always. And every day, of course, it's always red. Every day I'm having to stop there and and so the person that's sitting in the car with you is like, "Huh, that's really strange. It's always red." Well, how weird. Well, my point is you try changing that. And I've done this before because there's a certain traffic signals and it's funny. It makes me laugh when I do it because I'm like, and I'll catch myself mentally like day 2, day 3 and I'll be like, "Dude, it's like always red." And then day 4, day 5 I'm like, "All right, that's me." Seriously, try to play with that and say, that light is always green. And it might take a few times, but eventually it'll be green. You'll be like, no way. We have beliefs that shape our world. If I believe my girlfriend needs to come from a specific church, maybe, it's gonna kind of come that way. You know what? In all honesty, here, this is funny because this is the reality with my situation. I always believed that I was working at the coffee shop basically to meet my future wife. Like that's this is so. I hope to God she doesn't listen to this show. But seriously, that was always my plan. That was always my figuring. Like I just figured that has to be why I'm here because I was single for a long time. And I'm like, this is obviously going to be where I'm going to meet her because people talk about, get on dating sites. I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. It's not an issue of meeting enough people. It's an issue of meeting the right people, right? And dating sites, just more dates are expensive and all that, and it's time. Yeah, it's just, I didn't want that. So anyway, that's actually where I met her, was at the coffee shop I was working. That's where she came in. And so yeah, we got a little bit of a history with that. So that's actually very cool with how beliefs tend to work. We believe all sorts of things about life. We shape our lives constantly with our beliefs. Oftentimes, spiritual, religious beliefs, whichever, tend to be huge in that arena. And for a lot of the spiritually pathed that are a little more freaky and crazy, that's a lot of the times it's kind of letting go and trying to get out of those constraints of some of the spiritualities that exist on this planet. There is so many beliefs that are limiting. And I've talked about some I've even got. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a good limit. I want to limit what I could potentially manifest sometimes to help me make sure it's what I really, really want. To me, that's extremely important. I could probably manifest anything I want, but there has been times for sure where getting 6 months to a year down the road, and that infamous hindsight's 2020, and you look back on what was going on and what was happening and what you were trying to do, and you're like, man, if that would have even have worked out for a day, oh, dude, it would have ruined it. This wouldn't have happened, then this wouldn't have happened, then this wouldn't. It's like, oh, no way. So many interesting things have happened in my life because of circumstances. It's like we talk about connecting the dots. So the same concepts kind of exist in life. Like you have life paths and plans, and relationships are parts of that. So relationships are dots that are connected within the longer span. So again, all these concepts of experience, like that's why they call it the journey, because really that's what it is. Like meeting your person, working through these scenarios, that's part of this awesome process of building through our lives, building our lives for that matter. Or is that a belief I have, right? It all sounds good and true, and yeah, it is. But here's the reality of it. People can say, wow, I have no beliefs. Well, that's a belief. Your beliefs are just your view, your understanding of how things work. That's probably a good way to look at it. This is how stuff works. And sometimes we have limitations on those, like they're always out to get so-and-sos, or this always happens with someone. They always leave their socks on the floor. Like whenever we start using phrases like always, pay attention to what you're saying after it. Is it sort of a positive thing, or is it kind of more of you're noticing something nasty about life? What you pay attention to, what you talk about, what you focus on, what you see, it's all tied together. So your beliefs kind of lead us down these paths. Like I've said this on numerous occasions, and I think this is probably one of the best ways to sort of tie out this concept altogether. We manifest, which means we create, right? We manifest by what we think, what we say, and what we do, right? And certainly the imaginal aspects of those. But that's thinking in my mind, right? So what you think, say, and do. So long as you're speaking about this manifestation happening, so long as you're doing activities that take you towards that motion, that is how we manifest. It's just from the other books and stuff, what we think, what we say, what we do. I think it's even it is in Goddard someplace. I remember reading it. So that is how we manifest. What shapes our manifestation, or what shapes our reality, what shapes our experience of our manifestation is our beliefs. And if I believe I'm not good enough, if I believe I'm overweight, if I believe I'm not funny enough, if I believe I'm too short, if I believe my lips are too small, or if I believe my hairline's weird, or if I believe my tummy's not tucked enough, right? You can tuck in your tummy, I guess. I don't know how that works, right? I'm kidding. That's right. If these beliefs exist, and there's a specific someone that you're trying to get, it's not helping you. See these beliefs. Find these beliefs. Don't make excuses for them. That's not okay. Doesn't work. And it's your higher self and universe. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Ultimately, if you're lying to yourself, it doesn't matter. I got that light going on here. What's going on, lighty? There we go. Yes. It's not about, if I can even get my train of thought back. Probably not. Anywho, it's Dan Radio Style. The light had to get involved. It's beliefs, right? It was maybe meant to get me from going off on another tangent. Going out with a cool song on this one. It's by a band that, so many of you are going to love this song. It's a great one. It's by a band called Breathe, and it's called Hands to Heaven. Dan here, Dan Radio Style. The stupid light's so messes with me. Oh, it's killing me. Anyway, there you go. Try that.